What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Jaymie Patrice, and I am back with another video. Before we get started in this video, can you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell so you can get notified every time your girl drop a video. Okay, so now let's get into the video. Okay, as you guys can see by that title, it's gonna be a story time of the time I got caught cheating in 4K. Okay, so before we get into the video, we're gonna name these people. So the dude I was supposed to be with, I'm gonna call him Quan, and I'm gonna call Quan's sister Mariah, and I'm gonna call their cousin, I'm gonna call her Crystal. And then the guy I was supposed to be not cheating on, but the guy I was supposed to be cheating with, I'm gonna name him Cartier. So let's get into the video. Now I'm gonna give y'all a backstory about me and Quan. Me and Quan met in the summer of 2016. We started dating like towards the middle of the summer of 2016, and then we eventually got together throughout the school year of 2016 and 2017 a little bit. Yeah, he ended up breaking up with me towards around springtime, or like going on springtime, and then we ended up getting back together. And when we got back together, the relationship really wasn't the same how it was when we first got together, clearly, but it wasn't the same. Like, it wasn't how it used to be. Okay, so now that the summer is near, we're gonna fast forward to the summer. Now that the summer is near, me and Quan really wasn't like together. Like, I just felt like he was just a friend or like somebody that I used to talk to. He did not acknowledge me, and you know, I just moved on with it. I mean, it kind of bothered me, but I couldn't really do much. I tried my best to be with that man, but that man just was like pushing me away when summer came around. So I really wasn't, I was phased, but like I really couldn't do much. Like, I can't force nobody to talk to me. So when my friends and I, because I used to hang out with Quan's sister, Mariah, all the time. So when we used to be around, he would like acknowledge everybody that was like in my friend group or like my brothers and them, but he would not talk to me. So I used to just get like, So in the summer, as teens do, as kids do, we just all hanging around this park car hour. We just chilling, having fun, you know, spending our whole day there, because what else we gonna do if we ain't got work? So I noticed this boy caught my eye. I'm like, dang, who is that? But I'm saying this all in my hand. I'm like, wow, he look good. Like, I ain't never seen him before. Who is that? Like, but I wasn't trying to do too much. I didn't ask nobody about nothing. I just, you know, was thinking like, he looked good. But I didn't act on it because I felt like I was in a relationship. So why do I need to, you know? So, but, you know, eventually it got to a point where I'm like, fuck this relationship kind of thing. But we're going to get into that. So, yeah, I noticed him. And every time we was at that park, I just kept noticing this boy. And I ain't never noticed him before. And I'm like, dang, he look good. So one day in the summer, me, Mariah, and Crystal was just hanging out on the porch. Now, me and Mariah always used to hang out, so that was not normal. But it wasn't normal to not hang out with Crystal. It's just like she was just a cousin visiting her cousin. You know, we was all hanging out. We all just chilling, hanging out. And Crystal invited her cousin over there. No, not her cousin. I think it was her friend. She invited her friend over there. Now, everybody knew of this friend but me. I didn't know this girl, you know. She was new to my face, but not new to theirs. She was like a childhood friend to them. So, as the time go by, we all just talking, hanging out, laughing, cracking jokes, you know, just talking about whatever we was talking about, because I don't remember. It was a long time ago. So, the friend eventually ended up pulling up to the house. Now, me, Mariah, and Quan, I stay across the street from them, so their house is like close to mine. So it was nothing to hang out with them. So she eventually ended up pulling up, or whatever the case may be, and y'all, we are just talking, and her cousin Crystal ended up just like going in the house. Now, I don't know why she was going in the house. She just ended up going in the house. So we are just talking, and they just catching up because this was a childhood friend, I guess. And I'm just like listening on the conversation. So Krista come back on the porch with us. And for some reason, Quan is with her. Quan wasn't talking to me, you know. So I was like, excuse me. Me and Quan really wasn't talking, but we was talking. So I'm like, why he out here? So he get the blushing and shit. She like, the cousin, Crystal like, look who here. And he get the blushing and twisting his hair. Y'all know what niggas do when they twisting their hair and playing with their hair. And in my head, I'm on the porch looking stupid. I'm like, what the fuck is you blushing for? So a little backstory on them. I don't know if this is true or not, but I just remember them talking about it. I guess they used to talk growing up, and I don't know, maybe the cousin thought that they was gonna get to talking when they seen each other again when they in their teenagers. I don't know. But it was kind of weird to me. I'm like, what the heck? I just thought that was weird. I'm like, clock that. So me and Quan eventually ended up like, I don't know, like talking or whatever that day. And we was in the backyard of his grandma's house, and we were just sitting there talking. He was like, now mind you, the girl had her hair done and everything. She looked nice. She looked put together. But me not growing up, I would just say that year that I was with him, my hair was never done. I was just outside looking however. I didn't care about how I presented myself or nothing like that. And I'm going to include a picture right here. Y'all, it was crazy. So he was telling me, like, look, you need to get your hair done. You need to look better. Like, bitch, I'm tired of seeing you with your hair. He ain't saying like this, but basically, like, you need to get your hair done, bitch. You look a hot motherfucking mess. And I took that into consideration. I'm like, all right. After that, a couple of days went by and Juneteenth was coming up. Now, me and my friends and Mariah, and I believe Crystal, because Crystal was with us, we all decided to go down to celebrate Juneteenth down on the east side. You know, we was getting ready, getting dressed, talking, laughing and shit. Like a normal day. It was cool. It was just like a random ass day. And we were just about to celebrate, just to be outside looking hood and trying to, I don't know, celebrate and be in people's faces. I don't know. So boom, we ended up getting dressed and things like that, and we headed over to the east side. Now when we got to the east side, we didn't immediately go to the celebration. We ended up going to Mariah's sister house, and we stayed over there for a good, I'm gonna say a good hour. And my hair still wasn't done. Like, I was all dressed and everything, but I needed my hair to be braided. And I remember one of my friends was supposed to braid my hair. It was either Mariah. I think it was Mariah who was supposed to braid my hair. But she didn't end up doing it until we got to the celebration. So we over there chilling. We ended up eventually leaving the sister house, and we ended up going down to, disclaimer, if y'all hear water, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's going on right now. If y'all hear that, don't mind it. I can't stop it. It's all through my house. Now let's get back to the video. So we ended up going down to the celebration, and we ended up going into the library so that they can braid my hair. Now they braided my hair, and then we finally get out there. Now mind you, I only went with my friends, not no man, not nothing. So once my hair was braided, we all just started celebrating and going around and walking and shit, see who was out there, see if we knew anybody, you know, just catching up, just being kids. So we ended up bumping into Quan and his friends and shit, and you know, we was talking, and like, I don't know, I guess he was pulling me to the side, I don't know. Or like, was that? I don't know if it happened like around the time we was about to leave or not. But I remember he telling me like, you need to get your hair done. He said it again. You need to get your hair done and things like that. Like, I didn't get my hair braided. I just got my hair braided in 2 braids, mind you. So he said it again and things like that. He like, look at all these girls and your hair not done. You the only one with your hair not done and things like that. I took that still in consideration, even though it's kind of like the way he was saying it was kind of rude, but I'm like, yeah, I already know I walk around looking crazy, but like I said, I took it into consideration. I heard what he said. So we eventually go back over to my house. Like, we leaving the east side, going back all the way. We was on the north side. So we was going back on the north side. We walked all the way back to my house. So later on that day, we ended up going to the park. Now, it's kind of dark. It was dark outside. We went back to the park just playing, doing what kids do. Now, mind y'all, I said I seen this boy. He looked fine to me. I'm like, he was just curious in my head. I don't know. So I seen him at the park that night. He was playing with one of my friends. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to insert myself because I really want to get to know this boy. So he played fine with my friend. I'm like, oh, if you hit my friend, you gonna get jumped. So we ended up, he didn't know me and I didn't know him, but I just said what I had to say. So I said, yeah, if you hit my friend, you're gonna get jumped or whatever the case may be. And he just laughing like, who is you and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm her friend, da-da this, da-da that. So my friend eventually ended up going away, and it was just me and him. So I'm like, you fine, who was you? Like, what's your name? And he was like, I'm Cartier. And I'm like, Cartier. That's a sexy name. So I'm like, oh, okay. And we eventually exchanged social medias. I think I gave him my Facebook, or he gave me his, and I added him, and he added me back eventually later. Now after that situation, I didn't really talk to him. Like, I didn't talk to him the rest of the night. I just eventually like went on with my friends and stuff, just playing around. So like a couple of days go past, and I see him again at the park. Now, I see him again at the park, and he was like, why you don't be texting me? Why you don't be texting me? Y'all, I told you I wasn't taking him serious. I was just talking to the guy. Like I knew he was cute, but I'm like, I still want my little relationship, so I ain't gonna do too much. But I just felt like that little relationship was not like gonna last, because y'all know, like back then, like when y'all was in school and shit, when y'all stop talking to somebody, y'all like start fading away. Like y'all don't even say I don't want to be together. Y'all just stop talking completely. That's what I thought was gonna happen with the relationship I was in with Quan. And since we really wasn't talking, he really wasn't acknowledging me, I just thought it was just gonna be like that. And it felt like that, and I felt like he was just pushing me away. So I'm like, why not talk to somebody else? So when he said, you don't really be hitting me up, you should hit me up more. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit you up. So I just started hitting him up, and we get to talking and talking and talking and talking. Until eventually I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like feeling this dude. Like, or whatever. I'm like crushing real bad. Like, dang, I ain't talked to no dude other than this dude for a long time, and I'm feeling real good. Like, I ain't even thinking about Quan. Like, who is a Quan? So boom. Like a couple of days passed, or like on this day, I just remember me, Mariah, and Crystal was hanging out again. And we eventually ended up going in Mariah and Quan's grandma's house, and I was waiting on them to get something. Like, I don't know what they were doing. I think they were getting, because we were about to go to the park. So I remember like them going in the house and like doing something, like getting ready or grabbing something. I don't know. But I seen Quan and his friend in there. I ain't paying no attention to him because, like I said, he wasn't acknowledging me. I'm going to play the same game. Like, I got me a boo nigga. Who the fuck is you? So, girl, he started harassing me up in the kitchen. Like, what are you doing in here? Why are you in my grandma's house? You need to leave. Get out. I'm like, get out, nigga. I'm not here for you. Why do I need to leave if I ain't here for you? So that went all like, he just kept doing that until I eventually got out the house. But the only time I left was because Crystal and them was done. So I'm like, why not just go and leave? I didn't get up and leave right away. I waited until Mariah and Crystal was done getting whatever they needed to get, and then we was out. But on the way of me leaving, he seen that he wasn't phasing me, because normally I would get mad like, you're all in my body and shit. But I wasn't all in my body. So as we leaving it out the door, he gonna scream out, that's why I F boop boop. And it was a girl that he was messing with before he was messing with me, and I caught them at the park when I first like started talking to him and shit. So when he said that, I'm like, oh, bet. Nah, I'm really about to do you in. No, I'm just playing. I'm like, okay, bet, that's cool. I don't get no fuck. So we end up walking off, and we going towards the park. I don't know if I was texting Cartier at the time, like, meet me here, or I just somehow ran into him after that situation. But we literally just walked up the block, and I seen Cartier. I'm like, oh yeah, what's up, Cartier? What's up, Cartier? I asked for a kiss, and he gave me a kiss. And guess who he did it in front of? Crystal and Mariah. They all knew that I don't think Crystal knew, but I think Mariah knew, because like I said, I always hung out with Mariah. So this was like, she knew what her brother was doing. And I used to vent, so she knew what her brother was doing and things like that. He wasn't innocent either. So when I had kissed him, his cousin peeped. She like, and I'm like, that's my nigga. And we eventually ended up like talking, and then we eventually like walked off. And that was that. So yeah, that was that, really. So next thing you know, let's fast forward all the way to July. Now it's July 4th. nobody is really, like I said, nobody is really checking on me. Like, I don't think I said this, but nobody really was checking up on me. I kept talking to Cartier. I was talking to Quan here and there, but like I said, it didn't feel like a relationship. It didn't feel like we was in a relationship. So I kept talking, like, who the fuck is a Quan when I got Cartier? Okay, so boom, we ended up at a park. We ended up getting dressed. I think I had work that day. I do. I'm gonna insert a picture how I looked at. Don't mind y'all. I'm chunky now, but I was skinny as fuck back then. So I'm gonna insert a picture how I was on 4th of July. So once I left work, we ended up going to the park. Now everybody, I just feel like I was not hanging out with none of my friends this day. I was hanging out with Cartier all day until the nighttime hit. Like after I got off of work, I think I got off of work around like, we got off of work at 6:30, then we took the bus all the way back to the house, which means after that time when we went up to the park and finally stayed at the park, I was with him. Nobody was checking up on me, but y'all, I remember me talking to Quan. I remember me talking to Quan. Hold on. I remember me talking to Quan and shit, and we were just, I don't know what we was talking about, but we was talking. I don't think he was asking where I was at. He was just like talking to me. And my phone completely died when I was trying to send that message. So I'm like, fuck it. But like I said, nobody was talking to me. Nobody ever looked or checked for me. So I'm like, what the fuck gonna happen? I'm with my nigga. Like, it's not my first time being with my crush. So I'm like, nobody's gonna do, like, I'm not thinking of nothing, bitch. I just got butterflies. I'm with this nigga. I'm like happy. I ain't thinking about nobody. I ain't checking about nothing. Like, it's just me and this dude. So boom. Me and Cartier like spent the rest of the time together. It was a lot of us because I was with his friends and shit, and then eventually it just started to fade away. Like everybody just started going their separate way. Like all his friends disappeared, and now it was just me, Cartier, and his cousin. So eventually, like we had walked to the, like we was at this park. We was at our park, so we was like deep in the park a little bit. So like we wasn't like, we was like in the middle of the park. We really wasn't like for people to see us. But we eventually went on the courtyard. Now, to get to the park from my house, all you gotta do is walk straight up, and then you cross the street and then go to the park. And when you cross the street and you go to the park, the first thing you're gonna see is the courtyards. So we sitting on the courtyards, and I feel like, bitch, I'm in love. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? What he doing to me? He got me butterflies. Like, we is just chilling. Like, we cracking jokes, we laughing, we booed up and everything. We get the hugging, we get the kissing, and y'all, he grabbed me on my butt and shit. And we literally, I'm just like not paying attention to my surroundings, but they got me. I'm just like happy. I'm like, I'm vibing. I'm in the cup with my man. We just chilling. And girl, he turned me around. And when he turned me around, do y'all know who the fuck I seen? I seen Quan and a couple of people on a, damn, what is that called? On the corner. I seen them on the corner, and y'all, I swear to God, my heart dropped. I'm like, oh shit. It's about to be some shit. And when I seen him, I kept saying that under my breath. I'm like, oh shit, some shit about to go down. Some shit about to go down. But Cartier, he can't hear me because I'm whispering. He like, what are you talking about? At that moment, I just wanted to grab his hand and run into the night. Disappear in the night. Like, I swear to God, I was so like scared. Like, what the fuck is about to happen? Because why the fuck are y'all on that corner? Like, what's going on? Y'all don't know why they was there, but they was there. I mean, it's a public park. Why would they like, but why now? Like, if y'all knew him, y'all would have been like, why is he up here? Like, I don't know. So I seen them on the corner, and they're hitting our way. Like, as soon as they hit the corner, like as soon as they cross the street, they're coming up on the court. So I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, my anxiety is running up here. So boom, Quan ran up to me like, did he just grab your butt? Did he just grab your butt? And I'm like, look, brother, no, he did not. Like, this man is blind, but he seen that shit. I'm like, nah, he ain't do that. He ain't do that. He ain't do that. He was trying to do this. He was trying to do that. So Cartier ended up getting between us, and he like, hold on. Now I'm like praying to God, like let's reverse this night. Like, come on, bro. Why you gotta, bitch? He was like, did that nigga grab your butt or what? And I'm like, nah, he didn't. Knowing this man, that I don't know how long they was sitting there, bitch. I was in love, so I don't know how long or how long was they watching or how long they been standing there. So when he was asking, did he grab his butt, my butt? I'm like, No. And, you know, Cartier, he came in the middle of us like, nah, what y'all got going on? And his sister, Mariah, was like, let my brother go. They do this all the time. Don't get in between them. And I'm just like, I'm shy, bitch. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. So me and Quan having our little back and forth, like, like, what you got going on and this and that. And I'm just trying to make every excuse in the book to lie. Why was I doing that? I don't know, because I felt like we really wasn't in a relationship. So why are you even checking me? But like I said, I knew what I was doing was wrong, because clearly I didn't end things with him. So I just knew I was wrong. So I'm just like, I'm just like talking outside of my nose, like, nigga, you ain't see shit, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Now, Cartier and his sister is like kind of going like a little back and forth. She's like, you better not touch my brother. If you do this and do that, my brother gonna beat you up. And shit like that. So in my head, I'm just thinking like, come on, y'all. Y'all ain't even gotta do all this. Like, y'all can go back home and me and my man could be in Maryland. Like, we can be in our fairy tale land. Like, y'all could go. So Cartier must have said something to Mariah, and Quan was like, oh, stop talking to my sister, this and that. Girl, they get to arguing. And not Quan, but like Cartier, he was just so innocent. He like, look, I don't even know what the fuck y'all got going on. I don't know what this girl talking about. I'm just making sure you don't hit this girl, because this is a girl. And he was like, this me and my girl shit, like, like, this is what me and my girl do and this like that. So I don't know what happened or like what transpired, but next thing you know, these niggas started to fight. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm just sitting there stunned to speak. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? I'm not just like understanding. I don't know what the fuck going on. So I'm like, they is fighting, y'all. I was so scared. I'm like, why did this gotta happen? Like, why do this gotta happen? They is throwing them. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Quan kind of won that fight. I feel like he only won because he was like, nah, I ain't gonna say he only won because of this. But I feel like he was like heated in the moment. So he got to take his anger out on somebody. So he took it out on the nigga that was talking to his girl. Girl, they get the fighting. Next thing you know, Cartier ended up leaving. And y'all, I didn't break it up. I was not breaking up that fight. Because I'm like, the sister already hyped it up. Now, y'all ended up fighting. Like, I couldn't do much about it. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me or what she talked about. You could have ignored her or whatever, but I felt bad for Cartier. I'm like, damn, I got this nigga in this mess. And I wasn't even trying to do that. Like, y'all, I swear I wasn't. So when they get done fighting, next thing you know, Cartier ended up leaving. I don't know where he went, but me and Quan is talking. Now, all of a sudden, he calling me bae this, bae that. This, that. And I'm like so confused because like I said, he was not acknowledging me or nothing like this. So I'm so confused as to why he calling me bae. Now his cousin Crystal, she was riding out for him. She talking about, so where Jaymie at? Where Jaymie at? I'm about to beat her up because all this happened because of her. Bitch, no, it did not happen because of me. Bitch, it happened because of your cousin. And she couldn't keep her mouth closed, making it seem like this dude was trying to get in between what we had going on. He was just making sure I was safe. But since your cousin was running her mouth, she made them fight. And they had nothing to do with me. But Quan was like, no, get off that. They ain't had nothing to do with her. They ain't had nothing to do with her. So we all eventually ended up leaving the park. I left with Quan. And when we went, we left the park and we went to Quan's house. Like I said, I lived across the street from them, so my house was not far away. So I swear to God, y'all, I'm just standing on that porch, guilty as fuck, after he fought my crush, my man, my number 2. So we just sit on the porch. They all talk about the situation. I'm just sitting there looking guilty. Like, my anxiety is like up there. And next thing you know, these dudes that he used to talk to, that we all used to be cool with, they ended up coming. And they come up with a big ass group. And I'm like, ooh, I'm just like, no, please, no. They're like, who fought Quan? Oh God, we got your back. Like, we gonna beat up these niggas or whatever the case may be. I'm like, bro, can I just leave? Like, I just feel so guilty. So I'm calling one of my friends like, oh, this just happened. I don't know what to do. And like I said, everybody knew I was talking to him. So I don't know. His cousin didn't know because she was never really around. But when she was around, she knew that because I kissed him in front of her. So I'm just feeling guilty on the porch. And we all just chilling, like, not even like a couple of minutes. Like, I'm not even like an hour or so. I say a couple of minutes into like us just chilling and talk about the situation. Guess who come back on my block with a couple of more people, deep as fuck. Cartier, he came back with his brothers and shit. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm sitting on the porch with this nigga after he just beat you up. Oh my God. So they see this nigga coming. So Cartier caught him out like, let's run this shit again. Let's run this shit again. They get to fighting again. And everybody is fighting, y'all. And I'm just like, this shit is crazy. This shit cannot be real. They get to throwing them boys. And now this time Cartier won. Cartier was on it. He got them niggas, he said, if we ride at dawn, bitches, and they get to fighting. And he won that shit. And I'm like, damn. I'm just shocked. I'm speechless. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I was the reason everybody was fighting. Like, anywho, so after that situation, after they get done fighting, everybody leave, whatever. Everybody go their separate ways. So we all just sitting there talking. It was still a big group of us. It was still a big group of us. And next thing you know, like, Quan ended up going over his dad's house and shit. Going with his brothers and things like that. And I believe, like, his sister and things like that. I think they all left. I don't remember. I just know. I probably just went in the house for the night. I was all sad and shit. And I was texting Cartier, like, I don't remember what I texted him, but I'm like, dang, I didn't know that was going to happen and shit like that. I'm, like, mad that had, like, took place or whatever in the case. But he was like, I was mad that took place and things like that. So I'm like, I don't know, can you forgive me and things like that? Like, I'm not in a relationship with him and shit, lying and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I just know I was so apologetic. I was so apologetic for what happened. So next thing you know, he like, I still want to fuck with you. And I'm like, I know that's right. But I'm like, really? Do you still really want to fuck with me? And he was like, yeah, I still want to fuck with you. So I'm like, all right. So you say you want to fuck with me? Why not? Like, why not? I ain't gotta run like no more. Like, you already know what's up. So boom, like the next day, like even though he said he still want to fuck with me, I seen him at the park the next day. And y'all, he was being so funny. And I just understood. I understood. But don't text me you saying you still want to fuck with me if you're gonna be acting like that. But I feel like he was only doing that because he was in the public eye and you had for that dude, Quan. But my boyfriend at the time, Quan. But eventually we ended up getting back cool, and I still talked to him for like a couple of months after that. And like eventually it turned to like a little friendship. It really wasn't us talking no more. We didn't really do nothing like on no sexual level or anything. The most we did was kiss and hug, and he grabbed me on my butt. But me and Quan, we was like we eventually ended up falling off. Me and Quan, we eventually stopped talking, stopped dating. But like when I moved from off that block, we would see each other here and there and like talk still, but like that was really it. Like we eventually broke up and he moved on with his life, and when I used to see him, we just used to talk, and pretty much that was it. But yeah, that was the end of the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want some more story times, please comment down below. And y'all, subscribe to your girl. You know, give me some subscribers, turn on post notifications on, follow my social medias down below. And yeah, watch my first video if you haven't. And well, yeah, that's it. So see you in the next video. Bye.